Welcome everyone to Goofcast episode 33rd. Wow, why did I say 30? It's fucking 68, dog.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, did we just travel back in time?
30, wow. I have no idea where 30 came from, but welcome. It's Goofcast 68. It's an experimental podcast this week because Nick was supposed to be out of town, but ended up not being out of town, and so we just went with it anyways. So we got a two-man with one of our first guests, Stewart. Big old Stewart in the chat.
Hello.
Yeah.
YouTube.
I'm Travis as usual.
Dude, I can actually say hello, YouTube.
Yeah. But for real this time.
For real this time. Well, I mean, I don't know. It's nice to be back.
I don't know. It's glad.
It's been a while.
It's been a while. We've been talking about it for about a year now. Having you back on.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if it was exactly a year since the last time you were on episode 12.
It was the last time I was on. We were doing New Year's resolutions. We were saying what we were going to do, and we were talking about the holidays, stuff like that.
Maybe it wasn't episode 12.
So whatever it was before the New Year.
Was it the New
year? So it was like 2000.
Was it on New Year's Eve that we recorded it? Because didn't we do Drunk Souls after that?
Drunk Souls.
That failed series?
Dude, I don't know.
We got so drunk that night.
We need to redo Drunk Souls, but
drunk not that game.
Yeah, we just can't drink so much, right?
We
didn't get too far. We got like 10 minutes in and we were playing for 2 hours straight.
We had Raymond have to come in and get us somewhere.
It was really bad, but it was fun. Like, that was really fun.
You got so drunk that night. That was so fun. I think that's the most drunk I've ever seen you.
I've never been that drunk before.
Yeah.
Because I'm not really a big drinker, but when I do, it's usually during an event or just something like that. But that was the new for me. I haven't gotten that drunk since then.
I was also forcing you to take shots of whiskey.
Dude, that was strong.
So
it was like that strong.
Yeah, it wasn't a beer or anything, which was what we should have done. We should have just been drinking beer.
Yeah.
But that failed videos. I don't even know what camera to look at anymore. This is so different. I think this is my camera. That's your camera.
Oh, that's mine?
That's your personal one.
Oh, wow.
And then that's the one that has both of us in it. Yeah, so this is a whole different setup this time around. It's been I like it though. I like this little set.
It's very
By the
nice.
way, if you're looking at the golf clubs and wondering why those are there was just a blank wall behind Stewart, and we didn't like that. But we didn't have any posters.
I mean, it fits. Apparently, it fits with what I'm wearing. So
it's
an aesthetic.
You look straight off the links.
I don't know. You need to take me golfing, bro.
Yeah, I know. I need to take a lot of people golfing apparently, but no one wants to pay. Well,
how much is it?
It's like $20 on Sunday afternoons.
It's not too bad, especially knowing that they have to take care of the whole place.
And we get a cart and all that, so no, it's not bad. So how's it been, man? It's been a whole year.
It's been good.
Yeah. You finished school?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I finished school, and we're not walking yet. The graduation ceremony is until a year after you graduate.
That's really weird.
Which is not what I was expecting.
Yeah.
But yeah, doing that and just figuring out what needs to be done. It's like, but yeah, it's a journey, and we're gonna see what happens.
How was your university experience? Compared to community college, was your university do you think it's about all the hype? Do you think the hype lives up to it? No. Yeah, most people would probably agree with you. Going through high school, being a senior, not even just being a senior, all throughout high school, you're pressured into, you need to make sure you go to a four-year university. You need to know what you're doing. At such a young age, you don't know exactly what you want to do, and you get pressured. And me, I never really understood that. So I finished high school and went straight to RCC, Riverside Community College. And it was like the best for me. It was like one of my favorite places to go to. It was very nice, very it felt like home there. But I can't knock where I went to, Cal Poly, because they'll kill you.
Yeah, they'll probably kill me. Yeah.
They'll hunt you down and be like, "Oh, how dare you call us poopy?"
Yeah. The president will find me.
Your school's huge, dude. It's fucking that and UCLA are the biggest campus I've ever been. I got so lost, and I was walking with you, and I was still
UCLA
lost.
Was ginormous.
UCLA is huge,
especially even places like UC Irvine is huge. I get lost. I can't even think about my school is think about it. It's a little bit smaller than most.
it's not that bad if you get used to it. I'm sure everyone will tell you that about other campuses, but yeah, like it's all straight up hills. Like, like for me, I couldn't go, like there was no parking ever. So if I had class at like 10 a.m., I had to make sure I left my house at 7 in the morning, sometimes 6:30, depending. So that means I have an hour and a half in traffic, and then I have to run my ass up thousands of hills to finally get to class. It wasn't too bad, but yeah, there was just never any parking. So
and how much was the parking pass?
Dude, it's a lot of money.
There you go.
It's a lot.
Makes sense.
It's crazy, and there's a whole controversy of how much money they're spending on crap, but that's another story. But yeah, I really do like that school, and they specialize in what I want to do. So I'm thankful for the education that I got, and that it's just that needs to be applied later on in life. But you know, whatever, I don't know. It is interesting. Like you can't say, I've known a lot of people that specialize in something and they end up getting a career in something different.
Yeah.
Just because, just the way life happens. So
and also like a lot of the fields are very competitive.
Very competitive. Yeah.
Yeah. Especially in STEM and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Because like I forget who we were talking to, but it's like so many people like our age when we were in elementary school, middle school, like growing up, they were like, oh, you'll never make money in art, you'll never make money in film, blah blah blah. Like gotta go STEM.
Yeah.
And now everyone's in that, and now it's like a bunch of art jobs are like opening up and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think
every industry is going to be complicated to get into, obviously, but it just seems like it's kind of backwards from how it used to be.
You can't have, there would be no science if there wasn't any art. Yeah. Because there would be no history or pictures or designs to describe, you know, science. I think it all should be encompassed in one. There's not one that's better. Like imagine you get a degree in some place that you're, you know, you're like an engineer, like a chemical engineer, right? You're doing like, you're working for like Shell or something. You're making like 150,000 a year. But are you really happy though?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You have all this money, but do you get to go in your house? Do you get to like see your family? It's like you never really get to enjoy life when you're, it's like, it's not all about the money. You got to chase what you like. So that's something that I think everyone should go for, and just don't get trapped into the whole, you need to go to college thing, which I think is kind of a scam, because you need to go to college for what you want to do, not for like, because you feel like you should.
Yeah. And that's a big thing about definitely is and how I live too, where I just focus on, you know, what makes me happy. Whereas like even working minimum wage jobs, like if I know, like, because all jobs suck.
Yeah.
Like, they just suck. That's how it is. Like, get over it. But there's a level of something that you enjoy a bit more, like what's the shinier of two shits? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And so it's like you always want to go for that one.
Plus doors open here and there. Like you could be working a shitty job, and you might know somebody else that works somewhere else, and there's your door entrance, and then you never know. Like, just things happen when you put yourself out there. So
you need to make a little bit more of a drink here, dude.
Yeah.
I wish I had a shot
jacking
glass
it up
to pour a perfect shot with.
Oh, stop.
But apparently I don't.
No, we're not talking about that. Unless you want to. But
actually, I do have a shot glass.
You son of a...
Right here.
Why?
What's going on here? What's going on, dude?
Raymond?
I'm pulling shot glasses out of my pants like nothing.
Unbelievable. Unreal.
So to give some context,
I fucking knew it, and you played me. What the heck?
It's okay.
So to give some context to my master scheme I pulled off.
You're garbage, yo.
I
don't know if I could trust you now.
I goofed on Stewart pretty fucking good.
Yes, you did.
So
I knew it was you.
Our friend Erica went to Korea on a trip, and she brought some shot glasses over as gifts. And so Stewart has been being very stubborn about playing Call of Duty recently. And Raymond just bought it yesterday. And so I was like,
stubborn. Dude,
you gotta play COD. He's like, nah, I hit a wall with it. I can't do it. I'm not playing. And so Erica was like, yeah, I just gotta go take Stewart his shot glass right now. And I was like, oh, you're going to Stewart's right now? She's like, yeah, I'm heading over to Stewart's. And I was like, hey, do me a favor. And so I had her draw a note out. Yeah. And I'm sure we can post the picture of it right here, but it says, you got to play Call of Duty. And then she drew like this little ghost that's all mad about it. And so he gets home and finds the note and is like, what the fuck? Like, what's going on? So what was going through your head when you found that note?
So I was down the street helping my neighbors fix something, whatever, doesn't matter. But I went back home, got the shot glass. Thankfully, Erica left it out there for me, so I didn't miss it. So I got that. That was cool. Saw the note in there. And yeah, it said, you got to play Call of Duty. And the first thing went through my head is, first of all, who wrote this? And and if Erica wrote this, how does she know? All right, so I was like, I figured it was probably Erica because she likes drawing.
Yeah.
And so I saw a little character. I was like, it's probably Erica that wrote this.
I mean, it was her.
Yeah.
I just told her to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, well, it probably was Erica. And then the first thing that went through my head was, I told 2 people this scenario.
Yeah, Johnny and
I told our friend Johnny and I told Travis. And then that's it. So I was like, there's no way that went out other than Travis saying something. So I said, Travis, was it you? I said, who is this? Who wrote this note? Was it you? Yeah. And you're like, I don't know what you're talking about, dude.
I was much more cool than that.
And then I asked Raymond. And then I was like, Raymond.
And so did
Erica come over to the house today? And he's like, no.
First off, all the while,
garbage.
He texts me.
How could you lie to me, man?
And I'm saying, I was goofing on you. So he texts me. He's like, was it you? Did you do this? And I was like, what are you on about? Like, I have no idea what you're talking about. And so he keeps going on and on, accusing me and all that. I was like, dude, I have no fucking idea what you're talking about. And then I was like, maybe Raymond did it. And so he texts Raymond, and I'm sitting right next to Raymond. And Raymond's like, oh no, dude, like, what are you on about? I'm at the gym. Like, I'm at the climbing gym. And so
I bet he was.
He was right next to me. And so we're going all this.
Garbage.
And I text Erica, I was like, oh my God, thank you so much. She's totally buying this. And then she sends me a Snapchat or like a picture of her screen of like Stewart going, how did you know what the fuck's going on? And so Stewart's like bouncing off all of us trying to get the
detective.com.
And he's like, wait, hold on. Raymond said he's at the gym. Go take a picture of your driveway. I want to see it. And I was like, well, I'm in the middle of playing a game right now. Can I like take do I really have to do this?
I said, fuck your game.
Like, fuck that game. Go take a picture. And so I'm like, fuck, fine. Let me get like my shoes on and all that. All the while I'm having Raymond go back up his car.
I was thinking about he probably was moving his car.
Yeah.
But you did it fast though. So you must have did that
He
quick.
didn't go all the way up the street. He just went up enough with the driveway and then turned off his lights. And I took 2 pictures as much as I could to be like, yeah, here's 2 pictures showing you.
Quick, man.
And then he pulls back in and he's like, man, what the fuck? And then he's doing all this stuff. And then Raymond almost gave it away because he sent him a picture of his girlfriend climbing, but it was like a screenshot.
I knew it was Raymond, you're really bad at lying. You're really bad.
So
no, I didn't. I didn't want to be annoying. I was like, this is BS. That's why I sent you the eye emoji.
At the end of it, he's like, okay, I truly believe that it wasn't you, but I think it was Raymond.
I was like, he's not. And I wanted to be like, hey, Jennifer, it was Raymond at the gym, but I was like, I'm not going to be annoying about it. But then I had suspicions, right? I had suspicions. Raymond made it obvious.
Yeah, but that was like a 2-hour prank that I pulled on Stewart, and it was really fun.
It was good,
I worked hard for that.
You guys were quick on the driveway because I was like, give me that picture right now. And then I got it.
Did what I say later seal the deal when we were on Xbox? And I was like, yeah, I was trying to take a picture for my room, but Jericho's car was in the way, so I had to walk all the way out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did that help seal it a little bit? I was trying to cover
kind of, but
I was gonna tell Johnny, but then I was like, no, it'll be better for the.
But you also said, I'm in the middle of a game, but you were texting me. Like, yeah. I know that if you're in the middle of a game playing with you for over like forever now, I know like once you get in a game, you're not really on your phone unless you're on after the game's over. Yeah. Like, there's no way you would be in the middle of a game texting me. So I was like, strike one.
But I wanted to know. Wanted to know what was going on.
Whatever it was a good prank.
Thank you.
Erica said,
thanks for being a good sport.
Erica was like, I asked her, I said, how do you like, I said, what did I say? I was like,
you're like, how'd you become a mind reader? She was being very like, she didn't know what to say.
I said, she says, I know because I know, and I'm like, no, I don't know. Anyways, but yeah, that was funny.
Yeah, that was a good prank. I was actually going to pin it on Johnny.
I was like, Johnny?
It was it was a bold play. I was gonna tell Erica to tell you that she got a text from this number telling you to say that, and then I was gonna have it was gonna be Johnny's number.
You Skippy.
Then I was like, nah, he wouldn't believe that. It's too much. Yeah,
we should. I don't know.
Big prank.
These guys got me last time too. I mean, we should probably tell them. I don't know if we said anything about the Halloween prank.
Oh my god, I completely forgot about that.
Our friend Mikey.
I forgot about that. Yeah, he came over on Halloween and...
No, you got to say the build-up before that.
That's right. Okay, so we have this friend from Raymond's old work. His name's Jay. And
Jay's 2 cents.
He knew Stewart from the Discord, from our Discord server, but he had never met him in person. And so it was Halloween, and Jay comes over dressed as Michael Myers from Halloween. And
the mask and everything.
Like that. And legit. Jay's a big guy. Like, he's a tall, big guy. And so we were going to the store to get candy and some other shit for whatever we were doing that day. And then Jay goes with us, and so we're like, oh, we should ask Stewart if he wants to come over. We'll just pick him up. We'll swing by. And he's like that guy from Discord. I'm like, yeah. And he's like, oh fuck. Let's get him, dude. Let's get him. And so we call him up, and we're just fucking with Stewart, saying, hey, we're gonna pick you up. Don't drive. We're gonna pick you up. We're gonna come by your house. And then he was like, yeah. So
no, you're just saying, hey, Mikey's gonna come.
Mikey's
over.
with us, dude. Our friend Mikey, because we were just being stupid. There's some fucking kid we knew in middle school or whatever. But anyways, we show up to his house. Raymond and I are in the car, and Jay gets out of the car and stands at the edge of his driveway.
Yeah.
And because we were gonna have him go up to the door, we wanted to scare Stuart's mom, and so we're just standing there. And then Stewart comes out, and he's like, "Who is that? Who is that? What's
I'm looking down the driveway, and
this?
I see this 6-foot fucking guy with a blue outfit, the Michael Myers outfit, the blue whatever was on. He had the mask on. He was just standing there, and then I went to go. I couldn't really see him it was hard to see him in the driveway. Yeah. The light didn't turn on 100%. So I went to go back. I ran back in my room in the house, and then I got my flashlight, and then he actually came closer. He came closer. He was freaking me. He wasn't even saying a word. And then I shined my light on him, and he was getting closer and closer. And so
you'll find out what happens in the second half of the podcast.
Yeah.
We'll see you there.
Cliffhanger.
Sorry.
The
guy down the hallway that has to just just move.
Or when he's
me.
walking with his backpack this and refuses to move his arms,
Oh my God.
Get out of the way, idiot! It's okay, you could just walk like this like a normal person.
I'm hungry.
Chest
open that
without my consent.
Oh, let's go. Let's go.
Ryan, wait, Ryan, come back. Ryan. So Small Rig over here decided we were gonna do a midsection right now, and we're all standing in the kitchen. What are you talking about? It's called Small Rig.
Oh God.
Well, Small Rig again is filming us right now, and Nick's gonna take it away.
Hi, go subscribe to our channel. The button's down below. It's really fun, I promise. And we also have an artist. Her Instagram and Twitter are also down below. It's really fun, I promise.
If you subscribe, you'll get their nudes.
And also follow Jelly Ellis on Instagram and Twitter. It's really fun. The links are down below.
Yeah, it is.
Go do it.
They're making fun of me again.
Did you talk about the music man?
Take it away,
yeah.
Music artist.
Yeah, music artist. Follow him on Spotify and that other thing he has on there.
Instagram.
Yeah, Instagram. Yeah, that one.
It's gonna be great. It's real fun. Down below.
And follow me.
I mean, you can if you want.
Follow me. I didn't do shit on this podcast,
We'll
but follow me.
I mean, you made Goof face, John. Well, revamped her
If
anyways.
you follow me and if you give me some money, I'll send you the good of Goof Chan. The good.
I'll do it for you. I'll do it for you.
The good lewds.
What hit my face? Bug hit my face.
Has this one been any better than the last one? Ow! Welcome back to the other half
Clapping his hands.
of Goofcast 30. Why do I keep saying 30?
69.
67.
Oh, dude, what are you guys gonna do in your 69th episode?
Nothing.
Okay.
Nothing. I would wager nothing.
I mean, I hope so.
I mean, Raymond won't let us do anything. Nick will probably sit there snickering.
The 69th.
Yeah, he already is behind the scenes.
The 69th
and then Raymond
episode.
was probably like, Ha ha ha. My name's Blueberry. And that's how the podcast will start. I guarantee it.
Isn't that one of the guys from the Blue Man Group? His name's Blueberry. Or no?
I don't know that.
What do you want me to say to that? What did you want me to say back to Blueberry? That's the lead
That's the
singer.
most random fucking thing.
That's the lead singer of the Blue Man Group. There's no singer, huh?
You just went for
They just hit
Blue Man
shit.
Group. What are their fucking names? Blueberry, Blue Cycle,
Blue
what's
Unicorn.
that? Blue thing.
Blue Unicorn.
Blue Unicorn.
Blueberry. Blueberry. I don't know.
That one kid from our high school was called Blueberry.
Youch.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, the Blue Man Group.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Halloween. So you're walking out of your house. Michael Myers, our friend Mikey's standing there at the end of the driveway. And then you're like slowly getting closer. You thought it was our roommate Jericho.
so I thought it was Jericho. So anyways, I have ice plant, obviously. If you're a true listener, you know I'm an ice plant boy.
That's true.
I'm a team ice plant. Anyways, so
Not me.
I walked down the hill, got in the car to just avoid him, right? Because he was right here. I walked down just to avoid him because he was scary as hell. Don't know who he was, first of all. Is 6 feet tall.
Because you can clearly see Raymond and I in the car.
Yeah, and you guys are just like sitting in the car like, that's Mikey, and I'm like, all right, who the fuck is this? So I sit in the back seat, and then he opens the door slowly, and then he's just like looking at me. He's like this.
He gets in just staring at Stewart.
He's just not saying a word, and I'm over here like I mean, you gotta be nervous. Like I don't know who the hell this is, and then I saw him have like mango juice or something next to him. I'm like, who the hell drinks mango juice? That I know. I don't know anybody that drinks mango juice. And so, yeah, you get to the house and
He's just spooked the whole time.
I don't know.
And then he's like, that has to be Jericho. That's totally Jericho. And we're like, nope, it's not Jericho, dude. And he's like, let me go in his room then. And we were totally down for it too, but Jericho was already asleep, so we didn't want to bother him. And then we were just like, nah, this is Jay. And then he was like, garbage.
Yeah.
Normal Stewart reaction.
That was a prank, and it was scary just because you got a giant guy staring at you you never met before in your life, and yeah.
Well, it's just funny because you go for it, man. Like
No, I'm getting you guys back for a prank.
No, you're not.
Oh yeah.
No.
Yeah, it's happening.
No. There's no way.
It will happen. So yeah, it's gonna happen. It's gonna be huge, and it's gonna be unexpected.
Okay, man, if you say so.
Yeah, it's gonna be good.
But anyways, Game Time Season 2 is coming this year. Are you gonna make an appearance?
I'm ready for it.
Are you gonna be on a few?
Yeah, I don't know.
Are you gonna get a bit further in Resident Evil 7?
We can do Resident Evil 7.
Yeah, I gotta get you back on for some Resident Evil 7.
Yeah, it's spooktacular, and we left off on that one episode or that one part where
we got to the next part.
Yeah, there's this guy chasing you around with a giant knife, and he's insane.
Yeah, and then he gets in the car and runs you over.
It's terrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and then what else we got? We got fucking, I don't know if I can actually announce. Well, I'll announce it. We got Jackbox. We're going to do Jackbox.
Oh, heck yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
so we're going to have a few guests on for that one. It's going to be a bigger episode with us on there. We're going to do some like game show ones. I think Wheel of Fortune is just going to be Raymond and I. But we want to do like Jeopardy with some other people and stuff like that, where you have like a whole team going on. Or like a 2v2 or Monopoly or something. But yeah, we got some fun game times coming in the works for
that should be
2.
fun.
Yeah, we have a whole set that we're building up for it. A whole it's gonna be we're gonna have an actual camera on. I'm hyping it up so it actually happens. Because if I don't, it won't ever happen. But yeah, so we definitely got to get you on for those.
So I was wondering how you guys were gonna tackle the Jackbox with everybody. Like, how many people do you think you'd be having playing that?
Probably 6.
6 people.
Yeah, about 6 of
and
us.
it's like a wide angle cam or something like that, or something too similar to like what we have
that'd
here.
Be 6 or 5 because there will be 3 seats and then 2 behind.
Yeah.
So maybe, but if anything, we can try and have it where it's 4 in front and then 2.
Okay.
It's a pretty wide. I mean, it's the same. It'd be the same lens that we're using for this shot.
For sure.
And so we can get a pretty wide shot from that if we need to.
Dude, you guys are pros, man.
No. we're far from pros, but we're a lot
good. How about
we're a lot further along than beginners.
good amateurs.
Yeah. I mean, it's been a long process getting here. I mean,
it's cool.
If you get the chance after this episode, go back and look at episode 12, which is the last time Stewart was on. And it is just a whirlwind of difference.
Yeah, it really is.
And we've come so far just from that point as creators. Like we talk a good bit about it in the documentary that's supposed to come out within the next month or so.
It's a documentary?
Yeah.
Wow.
We got our documentary coming out. We just finished the interviews
Brain
for
fart.
that. And now we're just like going through all of our footage, which is a lot more than I expected it to be.
Yeah.
Because I really have to sit there through every episode, and it's just because when I edit these, I usually I've seen the episode about like twice before it actually comes out, and so it's just watching them again. It's like, oh my god. So I'll probably have to enlist the help of my two lovely co-hosts for that. But yeah,
there you go.
So you and I, we play Modern Warfare, and I know you got
play the most tilting game of all time.
I know you got a bone to pick with
probably
that.
Second to League. I don't play League, but I know that game is tilting, and it's very
true.
Yeah.
So here's my bit.
Oh no!
So
you're picking it apart right now.
I'm not picking it. Well,
you pick apart.
Where would you rank this on like all the Call of Duties that we've played together, like either competitively or just for fun? Like, where would you rank this game at?
We have to separate it between competitive and fun. So for fun,
okay,
yeah, for fun, I would say, I would rank Modern Warfare probably like, man, that's hard. So I would say number one for me. I know everyone usually hates that game, but it is a fan favorite. It's Modern Warfare 2.
Absolutely.
Then COD 4.
That's where you lose me.
Yeah, I like COD 4 a lot. And then probably Modern Warfare. I didn't really get into any of the Black Ops. Like I didn't really.
Yeah.
I know Black Ops 1 was good, and so was people really like 2.
2 was great.
Black Ops 2 was good.
I will always get behind 2.
But I didn't really get to play 2. So for me, it's like Modern Warfare 2, COD 4, and then Modern Warfare. And then you probably put a couple Black Ops games in there, but for me, it's just 1, 2, 3, like that. So, yeah. Then competitively, I can't play that game seriously sometimes because there's a lot of issues with it, and
There's a lot of issues with every game though.
I don't know.
There's no perfect game.
I can't. I can't play that seriously, and then like I don't know. It's just there's a lot of it. There's a lot to it that's just like, how did I just die right now?
Yeah.
And then especially when you're just shooting something or like whatever, then someone just turns on you. 1 second, they're like, huh? And they sneeze on you, and it's like, okay.
Just like that. That's exactly.
And then
how it
sometimes
happens.
you have bad days. Like I don't understand. Like, I've never had. I've never had a game like where you can just like get pooped on every game.
Yeah,
I don't understand. Isn't that weird?
I don't know. Like it's very rare that we have those days in Halo. Like especially like when we used to play Halo 5.
Yeah.
Even when we played it like ranked, we never really had like we had bad streaks, but I wouldn't say we had a bad day.
I just think it's because you might disagree with me, but you're always getting constantly up against good people because they want you separated from everyone else. They want everyone separated, so they want, the newer players and the players that aren't as good, they want them in their own bracket, and they want the people that are like decent, and they want the good people all in their own bracket, so they don't ruin games. They don't want you to like pub stomp. They don't.
But I mean, if you're playing competitive, wouldn't you want that anyways? Because
that's why you would have a separate playlist though. But they don't, and
that's true. They don't right now.
So it forces you to like play like that all the time, and it's like, and the thing that gets me is that the community is asking for that. But I think there might be some sort of non-disclosure agreement with Infinity Ward and whoever contracted their services, their online services, because they can't talk about some stuff because it's glaringly obvious. Like, hey, can you please address this issue? And there's nothing on it. So I think they're just not talking about it or addressing it because whatever's done is done and they can't speak on it. So
we have to take that game for what it is now. So,
Yeah.
and it's already, the next Call of Duty is already going to be coming here in a couple more months. If you think about it, it's a 1 year cycle. And by the time you can't fix something, it's pretty much too late. You just got to do little bug fixes and like little things here and there. You can't revamp the whole game.
Well, that's why, like, I don't understand why Activision doesn't realize that this business model just isn't working. Like,
people don't like the game every year.
no, and well,
Yeah.
that's the thing. Like, at first, when like Call of Duty was still kind of in its like peak phase, 'cause I would say it's out of its peak now.
Absolutely.
And so
Yeah.
I would say, like, well, when it was at its peak phase, it's like new Call of Duty every year. That's kind of fucking cool, dude. But like the thing is that obviously makes the content very dry after a while.
Yeah.
They used up all in any like stories and time periods that they could that were relevant. And at this point, it's like, I think they need to go the adoption way of Siege and Destiny 2's new way of doing things, where it's like Overwatch,
Yeah.
where you just kind of you put out content sized releases, or not even that, where it's just like, yeah, spring season starting up, it lasts for like 3 months. Here's the new like pass, here's the updates we're doing. We add a new map, and then that's the season. And they focus very heavily on competitive, and then they go with casual. But they just don't seem to want to do that business model.
The thing
It's
is
so
that
shocking to me.
that business model worked for them really well.
Yeah.
Do you think there's anyone else that released a game, like a AAA game every year? Do you know anyone else that's really done that? Because
Assassin's Creed, but
Assassin's Creed
like,
was nuts with that.
it's
Yeah.
severely, and like you could tell the quality has just gone so down. Like that's why I stopped playing
That's
that
the
game.
thing. Like, I don't think it reflects quality games because they're rushing it, and there's a lot of stuff. The game Modern Warfare released really buggy, and there has been constant. There was an update today fixing a bunch of stuff, and it's been out for 2 months. So that business model probably doesn't work as good as what we're seeing now. Like where with Siege, I'm sure Siege makes a ton of money, and so does League, and these games that they have one IP. And they just build it, and the rest of it is kind of like microtransactions.
Yeah.
So that's what they're making their money on, and they actually make probably more money on that than they do actual game sales. So it's like it makes sense. It's good for both the consumer and them.
And I would wager that like we bring up microtransactions every now and again, where my stance always is like people always like they hear that word and it's like that's like an instant infuriating word to people, and it's like
It's not though.
It's
but
not something to be scared about. Where it's
No.
like, yeah, of course, some companies go about it the worst possible
yeah, you
way.
could be really like aggressive with it, which is bad.
Yeah, and that kills the content. But it's
Yeah.
like Siege, for instance, which is a great model that I like. I love their business model.
It's the operators and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, even if you're not doing, like operators exactly, where it's like, it's still possible to earn them through the game. You just have to play a lot.
The season afterwards, they get discounted heavily.
Exactly.
So you can just win it
Yeah. And so, like
after a while.
that's a great model for it. And then on top of that, like, I like how they put their competitive side first, because like they know it's a competitive game.
That game gets sweaty.
Yeah,
that
exactly.
game
Like,
gets
even when you're
super
playing
crazy.
casual, it's like it's still that competitive feeling to it. And
Yeah.
I feel like Call of Duty is really missing out on that competitive side. I mean,
Yeah.
they have a league now, like the Call of Duty League, like the esports league
Yeah.
starting up.
I know. Yeah.
But they're putting so much into that to make it work. But I feel like if they put out another game in this fall where they just swap everything towards it, like that's so disorienting for viewers,
Yeah.
for players, for coaches, because that'd be a completely different play style. It's like going from like Black Ops 4 to Modern Warfare,
For
World
sure.
War II to Modern Warfare. It's like it's completely fucking different
Yeah.
games.
So like,
So I they haven't announced anything about a new Call of Duty yet, and I mean it is still a little early.
I don't know what they're gonna do.
It usually comes in about April or May is when they reveal the new one.
Do you think it's gonna be modern, just like this one?
I don't know.
Because what are they gonna do?
I heard rumors like a few years ago that one of the ones in the works was about the Korean War, but I'm like, what a dreadful.
Oh yeah.
Like that's a horrible war to focus on. Just like Vietnam was.
They
for
did
Black
Vietnam.
Ops 1, but that one, like, even though I'm not a personal fan of it, it did relatively well.
They did.
So I don't know. I think Modern Warfare is like the most stable game they've put out. Like, for fan base wise and stuff like that. I think it's one that everyone could get around, and it's one that everyone would like. Even though it had bugs when it came out, because what game doesn't nowadays, it was still a good base starting point where it worked and everything was relatively balanced besides a few.
But there's a lot to that game.
Yeah, and it's like
they worked really hard on that.
And like while it has its kinks, it's a great fucking, what is it in 7th grade science when you're doing a project? It's like so anyways.
I was gonna say like that, just that the whole, when you said Black Ops 1 just reminded me of pre-orders. And like I remember that we all used to go to like GameStop and wait physically for like actual copies. I remember one time for Black Ops 1 release, there was a giant line outside of GameStop, and I was looking at that. Then I was like, I don't want to wait in that line. So I went across the street. I went to Best Buy, got the copy, drove past the whole line of people, and I'm like, suckers. I don't know. Just reminded me of that though.
I miss midnight releases, like especially for Halo, because I would always win the tournaments there and stuff like that.
Tournaments, yeah.
I can't remember what the fuck I was going for.
We were just talking about.
Either way, like Modern Warfare is a good base game that I feel like they should just build upon rather than put out another shitty fucking game that no one really wants to play. Especially because I think they need to let go of Sledgehammer Games and let that company go and build something that they actually want to.
I think they are.
Oh, did they really?
Or maybe they might. I know the CEO guy left.
Yeah, I just feel like that company has always been like, it built its way up by helping with games development and stuff like that, like taking on contract work. But like, I just feel like they have a lot of potential for something outside of Call of Duty. Treyarch's, I mean, they're in the hole now, but it's like, like I just feel like all of these companies, like their time is much better spent building something else. And while a lot of people nowadays, I feel like are very afraid of new IPs.
Yeah,
I feel like the industry in general needs to start embracing them more.
Do you think it'd be better if they all worked? Let's say you just trying to kind of trimmed it down. There's technically 4, but there's Infinity Ward, Treyarch, Raven
Software, and Sledgehammer.
Yeah, so you think you should get rid of Sledge and then just have those 3, and then you'd have like one work on multiplayer, one work on campaign, or would you want them like what? Because if you change the model, you'd have to do something with those other developers,
Well, that's the thing.
Like, what's the thing,
I mean, it's tough because obviously, like we say it easy as the armchair CEOs that we are, but like at the end of the day, to make one of those games, I feel like it only takes one studio. And Infinity Ward, while they've had a shaky past, they're still a Goliath in the industry. And I feel like they're more than capable to just have this game for themselves and to run with it. Whereas like you could have a game more centralized to like co-op and single player, stuff like that. I guess if you want to focus, but I feel like that's a waste of resources to have them focus all on one individual mode. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's a lot for sure.
And so I don't know. I feel like both those, like Treyarch and Sledgehammer, would be much better used in making something new.
Yeah, like they can have a different IP instead of Call of Duty. It can be another shooter.
Yeah,
and they can just make a complete different new thing. But the thing is, like, whatever Activision is used to, that they're constantly pushing. They're the reason why they're pushing so hard for all the microtransaction sales, and they're pushing for a new game every year. So it's really up to them, and it's up to how many sales the games are getting. Because if they don't change it, then they keep making money, then they're gonna stay the same probably. So if they notice that sales drop each game, they might change the way it is, and we might get new IPs from Activision. But from this standpoint, I don't think it'll change. I think it's still gonna be a yearly cycle for a while, for maybe the next 20 years, maybe. I don't even want to think about it.
I don't
imagine playing Modern Warfare.
Call of Duty's gonna last that long.
I hope not.
I don't think it will.
There would be nothing left.
I think we're gonna be on to something bigger and better by then. I also think this is gonna probably be the end of Halo with Halo Infinite.
Dang.
I feel like that's probably gonna be like, I don't know if it'll be the end of Halo. I feel like that's like kind of like Star Wars is like the end of the Skywalker saga.
Yeah.
I feel like this is gonna be the end of Master Chief's story.
They should put that to rest and respect it, instead of walking over it,
And because like games like Reach and ODST, like even Halo Wars, even though it's RTS, like those are great storylines, And that universe is fucking massive, and they could explore so many other ways of it. But
oh, for sure.
But all of our cameramen are all yelling at us around here. So we'll probably go ahead and wrap it up here. But Stewart, thank you so much for coming on, man. It's been such a pleasure to sit down and to talk with you again on the podcast and everything. It was such a big help when you came through for us last year when Nick was on hiatus for a little bit there.
Oh, no, that's fine. No problem, dude.
And yeah, man, it's been great seeing you. So we'll see you next time. Thank you, everyone, for watching. And we'll catch you next week.
See ya.
Later.